Morning, folks. Morning. For some reason, my damn swoosh wasn't working. Come on, swoosh. But anyway, now it works. Hey, morning, folks. This is a interesting news day as always, and we're gonna do some Ask Black Dragon and Lavish T MC protocol. We do that from time to time, and so that will be what we'll be doing. Let's see. So down in New Zealand, very interesting. A full patch tails angel was running from the police at over 124 miles an hour. And that might be because he had his patches on. We'll talk about that. They can't have patches on anymore down there. Also, a motorcycle club leader was sentenced to prison. Wonder what he did. And we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the stuff in the news. That was very interesting. The whole deny, defend, depose that was on the bullets that killed the CEO guy. That guy didn't really turn out to be such a good guy. And maybe it caught up with him. I don't know. And if that's the case, we might need more of that. I don't know. And some other things are going on this morning. So stand by with us. We'll be back in a minute and 7 seconds after this brief introduction. Oh, yeah. And of course, all of your questions that you might have about MC protocol. We haven't done that in a while. So, hey, man, get your questions ready. Stand back. Thank you guys for tuning in this morning. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe to get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started in the day they hit the Reverend Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for leather vest from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC. We're paid his dues and he earned his stripes. From prospect all the way up to national P. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters. There have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Like Michael with a cowboy hat that knows kung fu and says get skinny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
It's your boy Black Dragon. Welcome this morning. Lavish T will be on in just a second. It's good to see you guys for another day. Thank God we made it till Friday. That's not always guaranteed out here in the ATL or wherever it is you might be. It's not guaranteed. So I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Thank you so much for sharing your very special time and important time with me. What's up, Carney's Ride? K. Wayne, see you out there. Sven out there in the Black Forest in Germany. C. Ruger, what's up with you up north up there? Frederick Frame, morning. SSW Custom Sewing, good to see you here. Hey, Lavish T. Williams, man, welcome to the show.
What's happening? What's going on?
What's happening, man? What's happening? We got all the guys out here. Shizzo finally caught us. Finally able to get live. Made Man.
Oh man, we got Made Man in there. Okay, what's going on, Made Man?
Hey, they have
y'all popping up.
The MCC title. That's normally you see that in like the UK. A lot of people don't know that MC and MCC both mean the same thing. lot of people don't know that. That's deep MC protocol there. That a lot of people don't know. You didn't know that, did you?
No, man. I never really had a reason to, man.
But that's what it is today.
Thanks for sharing. Now I know.
Yeah, it's MCC and MC. This may be off topic, BD. Instead of immigration, how about we trade citizenship? Were we talking about trading immigration? How do we trade citizenship? I would trade citizenship, I think, with the people in Switzerland, like, or even like, Saudi Arabia or something, like where the average person makes $200,000 a year. Hell yeah,
average
man.
person, but what's the cost of living?
Well, it can't be that bad. $200,000 a year. There's got to be something out there. Hopefully the average cost of living is not $200,000 a year. But where would you trade citizenships with, if you could?
I mean, I ain't never really thought about it, man, but off the top of my head, man, I'm going to say Africa.
Oh, Africa? Yeah, I used to live in Africa. It is
fucking go again. God damn.
What?
Now you done lived in Africa, man.
I can't help it that now I done lived in Africa. You what? Bro, I was in the military. I've lived all over the world, but I lived in Africa before I went into the military. It's a crazy story. I have to tell you.
I'm not even gonna. I'm
61. I'm supposed to have done something. After you get, when you get 61, let's hope you've done some shit too. I'll be 62 in just a few months, man. 5 months from now.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, man. Cool story, bro.
What? That's what you're too cool for me, man. That's it.
You just said it's true. Tia said it's true.
Did Tia jump in for me? See, don't mess with Tia's, man. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. Tia, you don't have to take her for me. Nobody afraid of Lavish on here.
Oh man! All right, man. All right.
Vera said, "Beat me down." MCC, where I'm from, means Metropolitan Correctional Center. Oh my goodness. C. Ruger said he lived in Africa for a summer. There's a lot of us who have lived in Africa.
Hey man, that's what's up.
Hater. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Morning, BD. Thank you for checking on me. My goodness, Lisa has been with us for so long, and she's been through a lot lately, and I'm so glad to see her on here. No one realizes, says Scott Bailey, how awesome submarine sailors are. Yeah, way more awesome than undertakers. We're way more awesome than tow truck drivers. Even though you guys have a series on TV, and we don't, but.
Hey man, I don't even look at none of that serious stuff.
Everything we do is top secret. We can't have.
Ruger, man, what's happening, man? I got a message from him this morning. C. Ruger. Hey, you know the funny thing about C. Ruger? I was saying his name, C. Ruger, and every time I said it, I laughed because I kept on thinking about C. Murder. Now, I'm sure you don't know who C. Murder is.
C. Murder's a rapper, a famous rapper.
God doggone it. You just got that. Holy.
Get your buttons right. Get your buttons right over there. I can't hear it. Get your buttons right. Get your machine right.
Hey, listen.
I'll do it for you.
Friday, man. You got that. C. Murder is a rapper. Yes.
Yeah, I know who C. Murder is. Yeah. Why wouldn't I know that?
K. Wayne, that's Master P's brother, not his cousin.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Yeah, but I was like, C. Ruger, C. Murder. Okay, yeah, anyhow.
So we're gonna do Ask Black Dragon and Ask Black Dragon and Lavish T. Williams. MC Protocol this morning. So we want your Mike Ball, what's up? We want your MC Protocol questions if you have any. But first, we're going to go do this quick story right here. Let me get a screen up for y'all. Mike Ball used to do this. Whenever I would ask for a screen, he'd just hit the button and the screen would come up. Why can't you do this?
I don't have the access or the features or the functionality.
You have I'm going to show you how to use it so that I can have some more help. Look here, over there in New Zealand, you guys know they can't wear their patches right now. And I don't know if they'll ever be able to wear them again. A full Patch Hells Angels biker has been charged with dangerous driving and aggravated fleeing in Auckland. What is aggravated fleeing? The 33-year-old man was allegedly traveling over 200 kilometers per hour on the Southern Motorway. How fast is that? Do you know?
No.
It's 124 miles.
160?
124. I didn't know. And I don't want to act like I knew. I just typed in like this. I just said, how fast is 200 kilometers in miles per hour? And it said 124 miles per hour. That's how I knew. So 124 miles, like that's not really fast for us here. Like you ride that fast, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. Patch Hells Angels biker has been charged. Okay, let me see. 33-year-old man allegedly traveling over 200 kilometers per hour. His motorcycle was impounded for a period of time. We don't have this shit here in the United States.
That's pretty fast on a Harley.
It is fairly fast on a Harley.
It's pretty slow on a crotch rocket.
It's like standing still on a crotch rocket. But 124 is pretty fast for a Harley or any kind of cruiser. My Victory eats 124. Like it just floats down the highway. Like, oh, are we doing 124? Look at Lavish over there vibrating his ass off, can barely keep up with the pack, and we're just floating. But anyway, a Patch Hells Angels biker has been charged with after allegedly traveling at nearly twice the legal speed on an Auckland motorway. So I guess their speed limit was about 65 or so, and he doubled that. The 33-year-old man will appear in the Auckland District Court on December 11th, charged with dangerous driving and aggravated fleeing. Police saw a speeding Harley Davidson on the Southern Motorway at 8:15 p.m. Auckland Motorways Manager Senior Sergeant Scott Cunningham said as the rider passed police, his behavior drew their attention before he sped off. Police unsuccessfully tried to stop the rider in Takanini, and the police Eagle helicopter, no one can outrun the helicopter, not there and not here either, has then provided commentary where the rider was spotted at nearly twice the legal speed limit. 124 miles an hour is about as fast as a helicopter can go. So he might have been outrunning the helicopter. Cunningham said the man had his bike seized and taken into custody after he stopped to get fuel. He ran them suckers till he ran out of fuel. Other road users should not expect to have their safety put at risk. I'm glad we could bring this to a safe conclusion and hold this person to account for their reckless actions. His motorcycle was impounded for 6 months. They don't do that shit here. Like, have you ever, is that what they tell you? Hey, go impound that motorcycle for 6 months and keep it at the store yard. How much does that cost? 6 months of storage.
Hey man, on the average, man, you're looking anywhere from $20 to $50 a day.
Damn, your whole motorcycle, you won't even be able to afford your motorcycle after that. It's more than your motorcycle is worth.
Yeah.
Whew. Man, 6 months, they don't do that shit here. And we're taking your motorcycle for exactly 6 months. So there, man, that's crazy. All right. So we're doing MC Protocol questions this morning. If you guys have any, if you want to call in, you can at 404-692-0336. If you have an MC Protocol question. Hey, BD, did you look at Rob Shadow's email? There's no email from you, man. I'm going to my email right now. I don't have an email from you. I would have seen it. Did you hit me at Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com? Let me see. I don't see it. While I'm looking for this, Lavish, do you see any questions coming up?
No, I don't see any questions coming up right now at the moment.
I am looking in my mailbox. Email. I don't see. So we're waiting for it to pop up. For some reason, my computer is going too slow. Related. So I wanted to talk about this. Well, before I do that, let's just do this one. This is a very quick story as well. A motorcycle club leader was sentenced to prison in Walla Walla. Unfortunately, I don't. Poor guy. Following 2 hours of argument Wednesday, John Allen Smith, 52 years old. Now, we've covered this story, so this is the end of it, of College Place, who is the president of the Walla Walla chapter of the Pagans Motorcycle Club. Finally got to find out what his sentence would be. He was sentenced to 1 year and 1 day in prison. The action took place in Walla Walla County Superior Court. Smith was convicted in September on 2 counts of felony second-degree assault. Man, it's getting to the point where bikers can't beat up people anymore. His conviction stemmed from an armed robbery at a Walla Walla PetSmart in March of 2023, last year. During the altercation, the Walla Walla Police Department said Smith threatened and pointed what appeared to be a firearm at 2 employees of the pet store. What appeared to be. Judge Scott Wolfram also denied Smith's motion for a new trial and to stay out of custody while he appeals his convictions. Hunter Biden can stay out of custody until his convictions are appealed, but nobody else seems to be able to, it seems. 10-year term, no contact orders for the victims were also signed, and restitution was reserved. So they're not making him pay it, but they can. A 10-year term, no contact order. So he cannot ever even contact the people that he allegedly threatened for 10 years. Now, this PetSmart story was very interesting to me because just 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, my dog Tank ran away. And when Tank ran away, I have these collars on these dogs, and he, some kind of way, he got out of his collar, and so I thought he had his name tag on him, and he didn't. So I'm waiting for this dog to show up and come back home because he ran away about 4 weeks ago too, and he didn't come back home. So I was. After a while now, I'm getting like pretty terrified. Like my dog hasn't come back home, and then I'm like, well, I need to put it up. So I put it on Pet FBI, and on Pet FBI.
Pet FBI?
You obviously don't have a pet.
No.
Yes, damn it, Pet FBI.
Never knew. All right, Pet FBI. All
Pet
right,
FBI
gotcha.
is for people who lose their pets. You put it up on Pet FBI, and a lot of people, especially Karens live on Pet FBI, and they will help you find your damn pet. They have every resource. You won't believe it. All the resources there. I'm a Pet FBI person, and so I put my thing up on Pet FBI, and then I went to what's it called? Ring. I went to Neighborhood Ring Association. You're familiar with them, are you not? And when I went to Ring, there was the picture of my dog right there on Ring. There, his ass was in a cage. Somebody had found and caged his ass, and he looked crazy. They were like, I called him up, I was all indignant and everything. Like, I said, hey man, that's my dog. Well, how do we know? Do you have any proof? Like, I was like indignant, like, how dare you ask me if I have proof of my dog? And I described the dog and everything. And then I was just like almost yelling, well, why don't you just look at the tag? And they were like, sir, there is no tag on him. Oh, so I was incensed. Here he is, his ass. And this is what was on Pet FBI. My dog sitting there in a cage, right? And his name tag is gone. And they got some other extra rope around him Like they roped my poor dog and drug him in there and put him in a cage. Actually, they were a very nice family, but there's my poor animal. Look at him. Oh, poor guy. I almost want to cry. So I went to PetSmart to, you know what? I don't feel like you're really loving this story, but I went to PetSmart so that I could get the latest in pet tracking devices. Okay, these suckers cost a lot of money, but it is a GPS system where your pet is going to be, tracked by GPS. If he leaves, there's an electronic fence in this thing. It tells you that your pet, and then you can track him on your phone, like where he's going. So that's why when you guys see me doing stories, you can see what people were searching on in their stories. But anyway, while I was in the PetSmart, this guy brings in a fake $100 bill and tries to pass it over to the PetSmart people. And there was a black lady in there. She was the manager. And at some point, she had realized that this thing was fake. But she wasn't even giving him any hell. She was just trying to refund what he tried to buy. And he grabbed her hand and tried to grab this $100 bill out of her hand. And she says, what you're not going to do is, and before she could even start it, I stopped everything. I said, young man, you need to take your hands off that woman right now.
Did you say it like that?
Yep.
So you said it like you were in an action movie, like you were Steven Seagal or some goddamn body. Jason Statham or something.
I figured black man to black man, I would be able to reach his inner being of someone who wants to do what an older man has required of him. So I said, young man, you will unhand that woman. You will take your hands off. Did you look
at him and point at him when you said that?
I looked at him sternly. And you know what he said?
What did he say?
I need you to mind your business. This ain't your business, sir. I need you to mind your business and get out of my business. What kind of hell was that? What is that? I am your elder. I told you to do something. You goddamn get it done.
I don't know if he got it done, though.
Well, what he didn't know is, well, right here in this pocket right here was some insurance that what I needed to get done would get done. I told him, I said, young man, you're breaking the law. You're getting ready to go to jail. That's assault. And he said, why don't you mind your business? And I said, oh, you must have forgotten. You're a black man in Tucker, Georgia on this bullshit inside this store. Okay, do what you're going to do. He snatched his hand back immediately. Because you know what, Black Dragon? You were right. He didn't know my name was Black Dragon, but just something must have come down from the osmosis. And he looked at me and he said, sir, you're right. And I was like, Black Dragon,
so
sir.
You had an intervention at the same time.
It wasn't me, man.
All that stuff is going on. He's trying to get his counterfeit 100 back so he can use it somewhere else. And you're telling him to stop. And then he's sitting there telling you you're right.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't realize, and he didn't realize either. 2 of the employees had come up on his ass, and they were about to beat his ass to death. I didn't know that.
Mollywop him.
They was about, and they told me, they said, sir, you know, you really, and when he said, mind your business, the woman said, he's being a man. That's what he's doing. He's being a man and telling you not to put your hands on me.
All of this is going on at the same time.
At the PetSmart. That's why when I looked at the PetSmart story here, I was like, damn, PetSmarts must be a haven for this kind of thing. Hey, man, where's Tia? She'll tell you it's true. She was on the phone with me when it was happening.
And you were on the phone.
And in my ear. The phone was in my ear. You know, hey, LAPD SWAT 1. Thank you for your kind donation. What was the final story of the incident in San Diego where those with the Hells Angels on those BM? What story was that? Hells Angels on the BM, on those BM. I don't know. You got to ask me. You got to give me more to go on. I don't know exactly what you're asking. The Hell's Angels San Diego story. What Hell's Angels San Diego story have we done lately? Do you know?
No, not me. I sure don't.
Biker News Canada. You guys hear about Canada essentially banning another 324 firearms yesterday? Sad, but with any luck of the election, this should be a short-lived ban. What? 324 firearms? Which ones? Banned in Canada yesterday. Canada bans more types of firearms and proposes donating those guns to the... Is this a transfer of wealth or a transfer of power? They're going to take your firearms and then send them off to another whole country. Like Canada would want some of them, or like the Ukraine would want some of the firearms you might have at your house, as though that could be in any way useful on the battlefield. Guns, the public safety minister says, belong on the battlefield, not in the hands of sports shooters. Let's see. Which ones are they going to get rid of? This means these firearms can no longer be used. But where's the list of the ones they're getting rid of? Anyway, it doesn't have the list here, but whatever firearms they're going to get rid of, they don't feel should be used on the battlefield. Ottawa also said it's working with the government of Ukraine to see how the guns could be donated to help fight them. This follows the May 2020 ban of 1,500 makes and models of fire. What the hell can you have there? Pea shooters? Holy Moses. I can't imagine. Let's see, does the May 2020 ban say what kind of guns you can't have? So they're not going to let you have any AR-15s. I would imagine. You do not need an AR-15, they said, to take down a deer. No! An AR-15 is to shoot people. Doesn't everybody know that? What the hell? C. Ruger, thank you for your kind donation. C. Ruger, appreciate that, man. Beautiful donation of $20 here. Thank you, sir. Thank you for supporting the channel. Just thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I don't know. No, we didn't know that. We didn't know that until just now, man. We're just now hearing about that. That is effing crazy. LAPD SWAT 1, man, you got to give us some more information so we'll know exactly what you're talking about. Prospect for Life 819, I'm being patched at next national event in January. My president told me because he could see how hard I've been working and didn't want me to get frustrated. Didn't deserve that, but I appreciated it. You know, if you don't ask, generally they don't have a problem telling you. Eventually somebody's going to tell you, hey man, you're looking good. It might take you a little while, but we're thinking about doing something next month for you. So keep up the hard work. That happens. Let's see. Somebody had a question. Prospect. That's a great question. Let me scroll up. Let me find that question. Did you see it?
What's the question? What's that?
Prospects asked a question up here somewhere. If you quit, somebody else. Okay. If you quit a 1% club as a prospect, should you be able to go where you want and ride and support?
Is that a P for prospect or P for president?
And is that a P for prospect or P for president? Either one. Okay, so if it's a P for prospect, no. When they say P like this in capital, that means president, I'm sure. But if you P as prospect, you should be able to go anywhere you want. Period. If you quit as
you never committed to the club. Yeah,
no.
That prospect probing, it was the trials. Let me see if I can fit in here. If this works out for me and allows that club to see if you fit in with them as well.
Now, if it's P as president, this will depend on your motorcycle club, the one you left, especially if you're trying to go to a 99% club, because that 99% club is going to have to get permission from that 1% club to take you in. If they don't, it can be just pure hell. I've seen it happen over and over again. Not even if you're a president. If you're a 1%er coming out of a 1% club and you're trying to go into a 99% club, your 1% club is going to have to sign off on it. I've seen this 100 times.
Hold on, repeat that again.
If you're a 1%er,
right,
coming out of a 1% club and you're trying to go to a 99% club, that 99% club is going to have to get permission from that 1% club to take you in.
Well, you know what, man? I heard you know it's so crazy, man, because you know I heard things, and then I also seen different things. You know, I've been told, hey man, once you cross that 1%, it's no turning back. You don't go from 1% back down.
That's the way it used to be.
And then now and then I've seen people that I'm like, he was just an outlaw, but now he's over here. Wow, that's all right. Let me mind my business. That's
the new stuff that they got going on today. That's the new school shit that you're looking at.
But then I hear people that say stuff like, listen, man, he don't want to be with us. Fuck him. Let him go where he want to go. We don't want him here anyway.
Depends on the club.
Yeah. But I've always was told, you know, once you go that way, you can't go back.
That's the way it used to be. But now with the new generation coming, you see. Also, I was told if you're a 1%er in a 1% club, you can't go to any other 1% clubs. You're here for life or you're nowhere. And
I've heard that too. So let me tell you this: in my club, when they used to follow the rules in the bike world across the board, once you joined the club, you're in for life.
Yeah, that's the way it used to be. But
and that was just that. But then I also, you know, amongst, you know, some of, and I don't want to say what particular club, but amongst some of the outlaw clubs, they told me just in conversation that no, if they want to go from another club, they got to stick within the outlaw club. They got to go from an outlaw club to an outlaw club. So it's funny because I guess depending on who you ask the question to, you're going to get a different answer.
Right. So, but I can tell you from my experience, having been in a motorcycle club that has patched in 1%ers, previous 1%ers, and has sent members out that have gone to 1%er clubs. We even had one member who went to the 1%er club, came back to us, went to the 1%er club, came back to us, went to the 1%er club, came back to us, and went back to the 1%er club. 5 or 6 times this guy went back and forth.
Man,
and
that's too many goddamn moves.
And both times the clubs took him. Like, I couldn't understand why the 1%er club would let his ass go, but he came back and forth and back and forth. And the thing was, we each spoke to each other, and when he left us, they called and said, "Is it everything cool?" We said, "Yeah." And when he left them, we called and said, "Is everything cool?" They said, "If his ass wants to come back over here, fine." And he just went back and forth for a while. Actually, we had 2 or 3 of those guys here in Georgia that did that, back and forth with this 1%er club. And I never understood it, but hey, but it was all handled at the table. And if you do it that way, then the answer is it's cool. But we've had other guys like try to come over. We had a guy try to come over from a top club, and that club said, "Hell no. And if you guys take that guy in, there's going to be trouble." And then we told him, "Hey, bro, if you can't get that squared away between your folks, then we can't help you. We can't do anything for you." So, yeah. Yeah. That's what happens. So you can do anything. Every rule can be changed if you work it out at the table. Would be my thing. Prospect for Life says, "I guess my question would be, how do you feel about patchovers? I've been a prospect in my motorcycle club for 2 years and watched guys come and go and just be patched over. And I'm not going to lie, it made me salty." Oh, what do you think about that?
Everybody's going to be salty. I am.
When people patch over? Well, when people patch over, you're salty because they just patch in when they patch.
You talking about people that has some outside clubs?
Patch overs, yeah. When somebody patches over, a patch over by MC protocol is 5 or more people,
right,
coming from another motorcycle club into yours. Now, in normal patch overs, they don't prospect in. If it's 5 or more, you just patch them straight over.
No, I mean, I guess everybody probably feels the same. They coming to my club. Come on. If they're leaving my club, man, fuck them.
I tell you how I feel about patch overs. I don't like them. And I say this as a guy who has patched over many, many, many motorcycle clubs. Strict Jacket says I have a hard record with dogs. I do. But I patched over many, many, many motorcycle clubs into the Black Sabbath, and it was an incredible way to grow. But all the shit that you saw with me that happened a few months ago, and all that bullshit, and all this big faux pas and NPC protocol in our club looking like a bunch of 2-year-olds that had only been motorcycling for 30 days. All that came from a patched over club.
I think the good thing about, and I want to use my club, is because a lot of the guys in my club are so old school that when you do get a guy or you get a situation like that, the older guys, they don't want to hear all that patch over shit because they still living. When I joined the club, I had to do this. So what the fuck make you think that they could just come over here and get a full patch of colors and they did shit? So I think that kind of, for my club, it kind of moves a little different because it's not like, that we just say, hey, come over 4 sets of colors and all this other whack ass shit, man. I think it's, we pretty much be like, man, we don't know nothing about these guys. We don't know what these guys into, what they not into.
That's why I don't like patch overs anymore. When I first started doing it, I was trying to grow the Black Sabbath Nation at an exponential rate, and I did that. I grew the Black Sabbath in less than 10 years. We became a national club with chapters across the United States from coast to coast, and many of those were patch overs. We took in people from all over. We even took in a 1%er club that had been run out of its 1%erness by all the other clubs that weren't having their new ass come in. We took them in. We took in a lot of freaking clubs. We took in outlaw clubs. We took in a lot of clubs. And growing fast is not always such a good damn idea. Let's take this for instance. You patch over a club of 100 people and you patch them straight. And, we got clubs like that here in Georgia, clubs with 100, 200, 300, 400 people in them. And like half of those people get pissed off, and you got 150 people walking out of one club, and you patch them directly into yours. And they get the right to vote and everything. What a lot of people don't realize is you just brought that problem into your club, and now you got a voting body as big as any voting body in your club. It's not long before the president's gone, and this new club has assumed the power of your club, the power of your club's hard work. So it is patching over, bringing people in straight across, 20 or more get to patch over without I wouldn't advise it that way anymore. If I had it to do again, there's got to be some sort of prospect period. Maybe you don't get to vote for 2 years. I don't know what it would be, but growing fast is good for growth, but not necessarily good if you want to keep the same club culture you used to have. Because these people come running in with agendas and all kinds of shit, bro.
Oh yeah, they got agendas, all right.
They will take your club flat the hell over. So I understand as a guy who worked his way to get his patch, how he's pissed off about a patch over. But patch overs were originally designed for clubs to grow bigger and stronger And how are you going to take another club where everybody's got their patches and you got a president and all that other kind of stuff, and you're going to tell them all they're going to prospect again? So that's how patchovers came about, and they can be both good and bad. Straight Jacket says, Black Dragon, you can't police the world, bro. No, I can't, but watching that guy put his hands on that woman really pissed me off. So that, I hope that answers your question. I don't like patchovers anymore. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I have a whole bunch of requirements. You're going to you're not going to prospect again, but we're going to spend enough time with you that we're going to know who you are. We're not just getting ready to. And you saw that in the movie Bike Riders, the Bike Riders about how that club was taken over and its whole identity was changed. If you remember, they were patching mofos straight across. Hey, man, we want to be down with y'all. Come on. Here's your patches. Patching and all that stuff came in for a reason. Because you can quickly lose your club's culture if bringing the wrong mofos in who never wanted to be a part of your club. They wanted to be whatever the hell they thought it would be. They were just too big of wussies to go start their own shit, so they come in and take over yours. And my own club is going through that right now. Going through that very thing right now. I'm going to
come over to the Black Sabbath.
Come on, my dude.
I'm going to become the national. I'm going to become the national president over at your club, man. I'm going to come over there. I'm going to get you back in your club, man.
Oh, man. Oh. That's beautiful. That's what you'll get stabbed in the back, boy. The last thing you want to be is Black Dragon's boy. That's the last damn thing in the world you ever want to be. Is Black Dragon's boy. I'm
gonna come over, man. I'm gonna patch them all over to the. I'm gonna pick through them and get them all over there to the Boogie Downs, man. Set up shop in the areas that we have not touched.
Yeah, come on. Come on. Everybody else is trying to pick through our ass. Believe me. Y'all wouldn't be the first, man. Everybody else is trying to pick through us. I did 6 months out of 9 for curing without a license. Got out early on house arrest. Damn. Where was the dog during all that? He would have helped sort the guy. You know what, Biker News Canada? It was one of the first goddamn times I didn't take my dog in the store with me. Because I was going in the store to get these things, and I had to get a new collar device for Tank. And I normally have both dogs when I go into the pet store, and they're pulling and acting a fool. So I didn't want to take them in so I could deal with the computer thing to type out the dog name. And I left my trusty Belgian Malinois in the goddamn car when old boy was telling me to mind my business. If I'd had the Malinois with me, they don't never talk crazy around the Malinois. You're right. I shouldn't have done it. Hey, this is for you. C. Roger said this for you, just in case you had any questions about. He is Black Dragon, damn it! Yeah, I like that.
Oh man.
That's the way it is. My local post office told me my mom needs meds from Canada. Good luck, I guess. Probably shouldn't speak on a situation where you don't know all the details. What are we talking about? Oh, no, we do that all the time. Okay, so LAPD SWAT 1 says 17 Hells Angels were charged with a hate crime in September. Okay, so that has not come to trial yet. And we're still waiting to hear what's going to happen with that. I've been checking on that. And, that those kinds of things take a year or two just to even get to trial. So we don't have any updates yet. And I have been looking at that, and I've been looking it up. So just so you know, LAPD SWAT 1, we will definitely keep you up to date and advise when we know more about that. Black Dragon, don't put your life in danger over the PetSmart company and a fake Benjamin. Yeah. But what I didn't know is there was 2 employees standing. They were going to, before I started talking, they were going to, when he put his hands on that girl, they was getting ready to fire his ass up. And they told me, sir, what you did was you calmed the situation down, sir. Because they were creeping up on him. I didn't even realize they were coming out of my blind spot. Oh boy, was about to catch it, bro. They was going to protect that girl. What was he
about to catch?
Hey, this is Tucker, Georgia. You don't be grabbing a hold of the PetSmart ladies here. That's not what you do.
All right.
Don't do that over here. Any more questions you guys have for us? MC protocol questions. We only got one. It was a good one though.
Hey man, we got C. Ruger, man. He said Lavish has been by your side so far. Good brother. I am a good brother.
Your thing ain't making no noise. There's no noise. You need to turn it up.
I don't know why.
I heard the little faint clapping back there. It was so bad. The Outlaw Preacher says it usually doesn't turn out good for the 99%er club that brings in a 1%er. I have to admit that it really doesn't. It is so touchy.
I think it depends. I think it depends on the area that you're in as well.
Yeah.
And I say that because when I sit back and I listen to like all of the different stories from different bikers in different cities and different states and the way that they operate, and I hear some of the stories, the more horrible stories is totally opposite of the stories that are in my town.
Right. Well, you're in Detroit, man. Everything up there is tough, man.
Well, I mean, outside of the tough thing, we just not fazed by a lot of stuff. You know, our attitude and what I see is more like if you don't want to be over here, fuck them.
Right.
You know, hey man, whatever. We don't even mess with dog. And you know, when they see them out, is not really no confrontation. It's more you're gonna have the ones that rock with them because they really rock with them, and you're gonna have the other ones that don't mess with them because they don't mess with them. And that's just that. But then I hear different stories in other cities and states where it's confrontation. So I just seen a situation when I was out of town where a guy left a particular club, went to an outlaw club, and he was trying to cause problems with the club he just left.
Oh, that's what happens every time. Every time somebody leaves your 99% club to go to a 1% nation because they're pissed off at the 9. Now, if they're doing it because they're stepping up, then that's a different thing. But if they're doing it because they're pissed off, my bro, it's going to be some hell. They're coming over to you with their new 1% brothers with some bullshit.
But you know, the crazy part about this particular thing is that while he was, you know, trying to woof the new club that he went to, they were like, man, come on, kill that bullshit, man, because we ain't here for all that.
Yeah. So it just depends.
It depends on the thing, because I've seen this, like, they were all in town. I was the one that was out of town. Now I've seen people where when you have the out of towners come into a city, oh man, they fuck everything up because they get to go home. And in the club, in the chapter that's in the city, they got to stay here and clean that shit up, man. I've seen it so many different times, but I see it in other cities where, you know, it's more on a confrontational level. Like I say, in Detroit, for the most part, for the strong most part, it's pretty much, you know, fuck them. You know, he don't want to be over there. We don't want nobody that don't want to be over here. Go on over there.
Here's a new one in MC protocol that we didn't used to see before, but we're seeing a whole lot more these days. C. Ruger said, I'm going to a 1% club from an LEMC. They are checking me out for sure. You would never see that in the old days. You would never see that. Actually, you would, but they would never admit to it. Now clubs are more straight up. Like this whole Iron Order club that everybody hated, many of those chapters have patched over to straight up hardcore 1% clubs. And everybody hated them so bad. You didn't hate them so bad, you ain't taking in that club. So, yeah. Are you checking the private chat? Make sure to check the private chat because Goose is talking to you. Yeah, it doesn't pop up on this program like it does on Restream. Prospect for life. I left a support club once to set up, and then while I was prospecting, watched my club get patched over, and I still had to finish prospecting. So yeah, I get it, but you know, you do what you do. Outlaw Preacher. I patched over a club once into my club and found out that the club was passed over. That we patched over hadn't done their background checks. So Outlaw Preacher says he doesn't like patch overs. When you patch over, man, it's like buying a company. You got to go through the books. You got to go through the financials, and that's a lot of times what you don't do.
You said when you patch over, I mean, you know, you're not really going to be able to go through the books, man. You know, you patch it over. You talking about the club you coming to, or the club that's accepting you looking at some
both
books?
of them. And what I mean by go through the books is you got to be smart enough to ask questions like, "Hey, have all your people been background checked?" If that's a requirement in your club. How many?
If you ask that in my club, they're gonna look at you and they're probably gonna be like, "Hold on a second, give us a minute." Step outside. Who is this dude that asked us some shit like that?
Well, but there are some clubs that require background checks before you get them. Even some 1%er clubs. A lot of major 1%er clubs, like C. Ruger just said, they're going through my background. He's coming to a 1% club from an LEMC, and I know which club he's going to. He said they're going through my background. Absolutely, they are. You know, they want to know if you ever had any policing powers. Where, you know, just because you were an LEMC doesn't mean you were a cop. But did you have policing powers? And if you had policing powers, there's a good chance you ain't getting in at all. And there's all kinds of stuff. So a lot of times when you do a patch over, when I say go through the books, it's just a metaphoric speaking for you need to do your homework and check out these people you're bringing into your club. And a lot of times you don't do that. You just want to grow so big, so bad. And like I said, in the movie The Bikers, the bike riders, that is exactly the problem they had. They were bringing in all these different people from all over. They grew so big, so fast, but these people weren't being checked out. And the club, what happened was the club lost it lost its social construct and became something way different than the founders probably ever envisioned. Patchovers and support clubs, in my opinion, have ruined it, says SSW. I can see how you would think that, and I agree I do agree to an extent. Do you think an MC should have a clubhouse if they don't ride much? I think if you have a clubhouse as an MC, the minute you get it, your riding is going to go down. If you cannot support that clubhouse using club dues. So if you have to sell alcohol and open the clubhouse doors open every Friday to make the rent, then your riding is going to go way down.
And you know, a lot of times, and a lot of people, man, they don't realize how much of a responsibility having a clubhouse is. And I get that, you know, when you're a motorcycle club, you want to have a motorcycle club house. You need to have a motorcycle club house, but that clubhouse comes with a gang of responsibilities, man, and it requires a lot of time. I know it's a lot of clubs out here, man, because there's more clubs than it is clubs with clubhouses out here, man. And when you when you join one of these clubs that have a clubhouse, and I know that I see a lot of people, they get mad at the fact that, oh man, I got to be down here all night. When you're in a motorcycle club and you got a clubhouse, you have a job on whatever night your party night is. That is a freaking job. You have to man that house.
We call it duty.
Manning that house, man. You guys have to keep that house clean. You have to keep that house stocked. You have to keep that house secure. So all of these things play a part when you have a clubhouse and you're a member. You know, and I think sometimes, you know, we get a lot of guys that join these clubs and got clubhouses and it's all good and everything until it comes time for the responsibility part. You know, everybody wants to pull away and pull out and got something to do and too busy, but someone has, and you have to have enough members to operate their house. I've seen and been in situations where motorcycle clubs, they have a house and they can't man. And when I say man the house, mean they don't have enough men in the house, and another club come in there and take over their house, man. That's not a good feeling.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah. And you have to protect the people that are visiting.
Yes, you got to protect your
guests. You can't have no club come over and take the patches of a guy inside your clubhouse, and that's your clubhouse. Hold up, man.
Right. Listen, we ain't doing none of that stuff in here, and you got to be able to stand tall to these guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And and that's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
You have to stand at that point in time. It doesn't matter who you are, who that person is, what club that person is in. You got to stand on business because this is your clubhouse, man. Yep. And I've been a person, and I'm always laughing at this story, man. And I like certain people in my club to tell it, because I've been in situations where they told some of the outlaws, man, you know, in a particular situation, you know, that no one can come in, that they couldn't come in, and, you know, working the door, you know, you gotta be on guard. You gotta stand your ground. And you had some people that didn't want to work that door.
Yeah.
And guess who didn't have a problem working that door?
You was that loud mouth dude at the door.
Me.
Yeah.
And I remember this, and I always talk about it. I talk about it locally because, you know, they know what it is. I just won't talk about it publicly as far as clubs, names and stuff. But I remember one of the bad guys, man, big bad. Oh, everybody's intimidated. And he said what he wasn't gonna do. And next thing you know, man, that dude was lifted off the ground.
That was you? Well, you being there lifting them weights and shit. So people,
and it was the most funniest shit. And let me tell you how fucked up my humor was. Is because shortly after the shit, I laughed. Like, it wasn't like later in the night. It was like as soon as I threw his ass back out the door, and you know, stuff was moving around, I'm laughing at it. Like, did y'all see that? Did you see how I had him? Yeah. Anyway, but that's the part of having a clubhouse. You got to be able to man that. Sometimes you got to have those guys on the roof of a clubhouse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff that goes in on stuff,
you
man.
You can't be thrown around in your house. Nobody can be molested at your house. Hey, we told that guy he couldn't wear his colors no more. Hey, bro, you're not doing no policing over here. You can catch him out at the stoplight. You're not doing that in here.
You're not doing that in here. And when you got a strong club and a strong body, they're going to make sure that, and also the respect is going to be given from the other club, the club that want to take or beat whoever up. They're going to say, okay, and then you're going to start seeing them or head to the door. They're going to start getting their people heading to the door. I mean, you know what happens in these things, man. And, you know, we done seen it where, you know, you got clubs where you already know, man, like, man, listen, man, We know if we let this guy go outside, man, they gonna have at it. Listen, man,
he's not gonna make it.
we not even listen, man. We gonna make sure you straight, man,
Yeah.
because we ain't gonna have this shit on our hands, man,
No.
over here at our club, man.
No.
You know, and there's nothing about, you know, being a punk. It's about being fucking smart. You got 5 guys sitting there ready to beat the shit out of one guy
in your parking lot, so that the news crews can be at your shit tonight.
Yeah.
And City Hall be talking about shutting you down. This ain't even your problem. We didn't tell that guy his colors were no good in town. Why would he wear that shit over here when he knew it wasn't no good?
You gotta, I mean, having a clubhouse, man, not just having a clubhouse, you gotta know who's going to war with who at all times. You gotta know. You go into a club and you know you go tonight, everything is fine and dandy, and then tomorrow night you might go into another club and they sitting there and they like, oh, okay, I see that my rivals, they were out last night, so then the following night the opposing rivals are out in hopes to see them, if a phone call hasn't already been made, man.
Oh man, in 2011, we threw a big party in our San Diego chapter, and 2 of the baddest 1% clubs in town showed up to get at each other at our club, at our party. And I've seen it all, man. It was crazy, man. And that's what goes down. If you can't protect the people at your party, you don't need to be throwing no damn party.
Right, because you got a lot of civilians, man, innocent bystanders that don't even be knowing what's going on. And it's not for them to always know what's going on because they just don't know, but you got to protect those people. So it's a lot that goes into having a clubhouse, man.
Now, War Gorilla says this, and this is so true. I think he said earlier, the clubhouse is the bane to the existence of the motorcycle club, especially if it's open to the public. So I think he followed up with this. I think he was the guy that said that, but he followed up this: when the house is open to the public, we're all on duty until everyone has gone home safely from our house. Then we kick it afterwards. You're on duty. You're absolutely on duty. There used to be these things called mileage sheets that made sure that people had to ride to or stay in the club. We used to have that. We used to have
I know a few clubs that's still like that. That's like that.
Yeah, you had to put a minimum amount of so many miles on your bike a year, and the road captain was checking that shit. We lost a lot of the good stuff. Goose says it was $10K a year is what Goose says in the background in the comments. Yeah, we used to have, you had to have a minimum of so many miles per month in some chapters to stay what's it called, in good standing. Yeah, totally, man, totally. So I missed the days when the front doors were locked and invitation was required to enter, and whatever transpired in there, you never ever talked about. Those days, that's because clubs started getting bigger. Clubhouses started getting, those were back in the days where the clubhouse might be in your garage or it might be an old rented house. We bought a house one time for $2,000 in Wichita, Kansas. We bought a clubhouse for $2,000. It was a house, and that house was the clubhouse for 20 years until the actual house became so dilapidated that it just kind of fell in on itself. So when you got a clubhouse like that, you don't have to, it doesn't cost any money. You don't have to open it up to the public. Like I say, when you're getting clubhouse, if you can't cover the expenses of the clubhouse out of the dues, then you have to be open. You gotta have bike nights, and you gotta sell nasty ass fried fish and chicken wings and French fries every Wednesday night or whatever the case may be. That's what you got to do to keep the club open. But if you can pay for the club out of your dues, then the clubhouse never has to be open until you want it to be open, and then you're still going to be a riding club. But today you got to start putting that club on the breast of having people that have to come in the public and being open to the public. That's when the clubhouse becomes a job, a real job. And that's the way it was. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk about is that guy who got shot, that CEO. On the bullets, they had this thing. This guy wrote "Deny, Defend, and Depose" on the bullets. And I found out that deny, defend, and it's supposed to be deny, defend, and depose. No, there's another term: deny, defend, and insurance term: deny, defend, and what is it? There's a few of them: deny, defend, delay. That's it. Delay, deny, and defend. So deny, defend, and depose is what he wrote on the stop that. Deny, defend, and depose is what he wrote on the bullets. But what he was talking about was deny, defend, and delay, or delay, deny, and defend. And these are words that are used in the insurance industry about how that they're going to handle claims. And delay, deny, defend, or deny, defend, depose. He wrote deny, defend, depose, but delay, deny, defend, they're both the same things. Okay, in just a minute, bro. Okay. Hold on. These dogs got to use the bathroom. Hold on a second. Say something. I'll be right back. These dogs got to go right now.
You got to go out.
All right. Okay. All right.
So listen.
Don't you piss in my house.
Black Dragon would leave the screen up on the website instead of putting the camera directly on me. So that his animals can go outside, man. Lord have mercy, man. The Hog, Tampa, what's happening?
Don't do that. Do not do that.
This is how. This is pretty funny.
Do not do that.
Let's see here, man. I'm gonna go back on here and look at some of the comments. Oh, you're back. All right. I was about to go ahead and take the show on, even though you left the website up.
Don't do that.
But go ahead, man, with the
dogs.
Delay,
They let me know real quick if you don't
depose.
Okay, so
delay, deny, defend.
Delay, deny, defend, or deny, defend, depose. They both mean the same thing. And what they found out about this guy is that it turns out that he was accused in a lawsuit recently of employing an AI system that routinely used an algorithm to delay, deny, and depose or defend against people who wanted to get their insurance claims. So this story here is talking about the 3 Ds of the insurance industry. The apparent messages found on the bullets could be a reference to tactics that legal experts say insurance industry uses to avoid paying claims. Delay, deny, defend, or delay, deny. Delay, deny, defend is the actual terms, but he used delay, deny, depose. Same thing, referring to insurance delaying payments on healthcare claims, denying claims outright, or defending their actions. So the United Healthcare provides coverage for more than 49 million Americans and brought in more than $281 billion last year. And so the denial of valid insurance claims is not an occasional or an accidental thing or the fault of a few bad employees. It's the result of an increasing and systematic focus on maximizing profits by major healthcare companies such as Allstate, State Farm, these insurance companies. And the New York Times also reports that this absurd process has infiltrated the American healthcare system. We saw this when we started going to the HMOs and stuff about 25, 30 years ago. It's called prior authorization. Here's how it works. Before your doctor provides treatment, your insurance company requires them to prove it's necessary. Now, I don't know. You were probably very young when they started doing this shit. But this was big news 25 years ago when they were saying, how the hell does an insurance company authorize a doctor to do what's necessary to keep you alive? But that's exactly what happened. This is often a time-consuming process that can cause dangerous delays in your health care. We're not even talking about the whole socialized medicine. This is in the medicine and the health care you pay for. Insurers say tactics like prior authorization are needed to limit unnecessary care and control spiraling medical costs. That's what they say. But we know it's just greed and bullshit. So, according to sources, the words deny and defend were written on the live rounds and casings left behind by the assassin, but the casings also included the word depose instead of delay.
That's some real hell of a shit and some investigating work and some creativity. I'm going to shoot his ass, and then on top of that, I'm leaving these messages around, and so everybody's going to find it.
So you know that being the CEO, but this guy had done some nasty stuff. Like they said, his company had deployed an AI system to make this happen. He was sued by two people whose folks died. He was sued by their estates, saying this was the bullshit that he did. As well as he hid the fact that his company was being investigated long enough for him to sell all of his shares, which they accused of insider trading, and he made like between $18 and $25 million off of that, while his investors caught the big chicken dinner. So
shit, I'm just still thinking about what tools did he use to carve that shit in that fucking bullet?
Right, I was thinking about that too. So anyway, this is I don't feel bad for the guy. I feel like I don't feel bad for the guy. Look, and when you see him, he was walking down the street. He looked all like you've done all these dirty, nasty things to people, and they're getting ready to have you speak at some conference like you're the big shit. And really, you're just a really bad person. And you could see when he was walking down the street, he looked so confident until that bullet hit the back of his leg. And I just don't know.
I think that all those CEOs are the same shit, man. I mean, you got to still keep in mind, man, the business, man, is worse than being in the street game, man. You making executive decisions, and it's all about winning.
Yeah,
it's worse than once you start getting to that higher level of business, that shit is worse than being in the streets, man.
Yeah,
it's still the same mindset and mentality. It's just one is more legit or looked at as legit, and the other one is not.
Smoke says he definitely had the walk of a movie villain. He had a very arrogant kind of strut to his ass. I was noticing that, and I was like, yeah, well, hell, if I had $25 million I made off of people denying insurance and all that. Been going through this insurance approval shit for years. My last procedure took 10 months to get done. I was in seriously bad pain the whole time, says C. Ruger. Hey, man, pretty soon we're going to be saying C. Ruger 1%er. That's going to be cool, man. See, let us know when your title changes. So, lavishly, hopefully I get the opportunity to meet you when I come up for Llama's Detroit around the summer. We'll hit up the Arsenal HD bike night from Royal Oak. Oh, you're going to have some visitors up there in that cold shit?
It's a lot of those llamas, man. I've met a lot of them when I was in Chicago. I never heard of them until I was in Chicago.
Blue Ghost says, my insurance is great. I only have a $5,000 deductible.
Shit, only a 5,000. Holy shit.
See you guys in America bust my balls about things like our gun laws, but hey, how's the healthcare system treating you guys? Well, we're getting it back in order because here in America, we'll go shoot your ass if you ain't doing us right. We'll just come right behind you and shoot the shit out your ass. That's what we'll do here because we still got guns, and an armed society is a polite society. I remember when clubs were a family as a youngster, you had 50 uncles and aunts of no blood relation, massive cookouts and shit. Those are the days, they're gone. Biker News Canada, also, everyone had a talent or something. They could do like auto body work, metal fabrication work. They still do have that. It's just harder to get them to do it for you. I'm sure they know who he is for dude to take it to that level. He was big pissed. Or maybe he just killed the guy on some private shit and made it look like it was something else, you know?
Well, they ain't killing. It was a little bit more than that. It's a little bit more than that, seeing that he took the time to carve those fucking bullets, man.
All right, listen, I got to get out of here and go get my dogs. They're free in the neighborhood. I had to let them go. So, anything else before we get up out of here?
No, nothing. It's the cold ass weekend here in Detroit, man. I was supposed to have been down in Atlanta this weekend, man, but that shit didn't happen. It didn't work out. Yeah, man. So nothing. I'm just here.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. And we want to just thank everybody for tuning in as we get up out of here and make the day. It is cold as shit down here too. It was 24 last night. 24.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get it back up to 50 degrees here, and I'm fine.
It'll be 44 here today, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not ready for all that. Hey, where's your brother? Go get Tank's runaway ass. Brutus! Brutus! These dogs. Anyway, man, that's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. And you, my brother, you up out of here?
Yeah, man, I'm up out of here, man. I want to try to make some of this cold winter money. In December, you know, the holidays is coming up, so I have no breaks to cut to these customers. Pay me.
Don't be like that. Do not be like that, Undertaker. Don't be like that, man.
Yeah.
All right. It's been good having you. You guys take care. I got to go chase my dogs down in the neighborhood.
Oh, Chicago is the Llama's mother chapter.
He was saying that Llama is one of the biggest motorcycle associations outside of Hog. We have a big Atlanta chapter as well. Well, they need to come over to the Dragon's Lair on Tuesday night and hang out with me.
Yeah, no, man. Like I say, when I was listening to the, you know, I need to actually get and do an interview. Let me not tell you that I don't want to put the idea in your head first, man.
Don't do it. Do it.
I have to, you know, because I don't want you to jump and follow suit, man. But I got to get these llamas and do an interview with them. Y'all heard it first on the Black Dragon Biker TV show that Lavish said he has to get the llamas on the on in front of the camera. Look at this guy and his animals. I don't have those animal problems.
Hurry up. Come on.
Oh, yeah, those Detroit Lions, man. Shout out to those Lions. You see what they did to Green Bay yesterday? It was very close all the way down into the last 32 seconds, man. But that kick was awesome, and we won it. And we won that game, man. Shout out to the Detroit Lions.
I had to go get my animals, man. I had to go get my animals. They were outside, off the leash. That's
oh my gosh! You just let that dog lick you in the face.
He did not lick me in the face. He licked at me.
No, man, dude just licked your hair, man, your beard.
Yeah. He likes me. He didn't have any food or nothing before he met me. Look at his big ass. Hey, what's up? Come here, Brutus. Yeah, but I love you too. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I see you. Hey, man.
It's crazy.
Don't hate on my dogs, bro.
Diabolical. This is insane.
Do not hate on my dogs. No. Okay. The thing about pit bulls is they're so fucking. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love you too. I love you too. All right. Don't be so jealous. Hey. Okay. My dogs want to go for their walk. Okay, we're going for the walk. I know. Don't do that. I don't like that look.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave now.
I don't like that look you're giving.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave. I'm gonna go ahead and let you get back to your.
I don't like your disapproval look that you're giving right now. You're not an animal person. You don't understand us.
No, I don't. Everybody, y'all have a great weekend out there. If you're in a cold climate, stay warm. If you're in a warm climate, I'm jealous of you guys.
Yes, me too.
I'm out of here. You go play with
don't do
Lassie and Rover and
it's Brutus,
Brutus and all that other stuff.
Tank
Rover,
Augustus,
all that stuff you got going on.
And Brutus Maximus. Don't do that.
No, I'm out of here. See y'all. Check y'all out later. Peace out. Goodbye.
Bye. Just bye.
Like, follow, and subscribe. Lavish T. Williams, all social media platforms.
Oh my goodness, man. Hey, you guys have a great day today out here. I'm just checking through the last of the comments here just to make sure. Hit up Pedro Tina Neves, president of Llama Detroit. I don't know if you saw that, but Pedro Tiano Nieves, president of Llama Detroit. He was locked up, lost, and back home now. And now we got these things. I got to look the video up, but now we got these things to track their asses, if they disappear again. We got a couple of them. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how those work. I'll do a thing. Dogs are better than people. Absolutely. That's what I think. Anyway, I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. You guys take care. Have a great day. And get skinny. Whoa, why aren't we hearing that?
The Motorcycle Club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Roll? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes
yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels. Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG, bonafide, certified, a true MC. The Biker Boys, the Biker Boys. It's in the house, most definitely. Blow the whistle for Black Dragon, Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon, Black Savage, MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon's Biker TV at its best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon, I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. The V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. Like and share. Goodbye.